Hello everyone, welcome to Learn Data Structures and Algorithm in Python course. In today's lecture, we'll be discussing about a new data structure called dictionary. So let's start. First, let's discuss about what is dictionary. Dictionaries are used to store data values in key value pairs. Now, previously we have seen for arrays for set, we store items in single value like we store single value by separated by comma for arrays for sets also, but for dictionaries this each item itself is a key value pair. Now here you can see this is an example of dictionary, how we create a dictionary. First we have to take a variable, then inside this curly braces we can put key value pairs. So this key and value, this whole itself is an item, and each item is separated by comma, right? So each item has some key value pairs, like key 1 has some value associated with it, then key 2 has some value 2. Now similarly for key 3 there will be some value associated with it. So that is basically dictionaries, and these keys are unique value. This can be duplicated, right? These are unique values. Now let's go to our VS Code and first let's create a dictionary. Now to create a dictionary, first we have to take a name. Let's say student. Okay. And first what we have to do, we have to use this curly braces. Now we have to write first key name. Let's say key name is name. Okay. Then the value for this will be, let's say, John. Okay. So this is the first key. This is our first key, and this is our value. Then second, let's say age, and let's say we put 21. Okay. Now similarly let's say hobbies. Okay. Then for hobbies let's take an array. Let's take reading and then swimming. Okay. So this itself is an dictionary. So dictionary for Python it is called dictionary. For other programming language like Java it is called hashmap. Okay. Those are basically same thing. Now here you can see, so for values you can store anything. It could be string, it could be number, or it could be an array itself, right? Or it could be a dictionary itself. You can nest it, like create a nested dictionary inside a key. That is possible. Now when I print it, let's try to print this student, and let's try to run this. Let's see what is happening. Now you can see this is basically a dictionary, and if we try to print the type of it, in type of student, if we try to run this, I can say this is a type of dictionary, and the first item is some key value pair, like key is name and this is value John string, right? For this, age is the key, then 21 is the value, then for this hobbies is the key, then this whole array is itself a value. Now let's see how we can access item in an dictionary. Now let's see, there are multiple items, right? This item, this item, this item. Now how we can access item values? Let's say uh, I want to calculate the age of it. I want to find the age of this student dictionary. Now how I can do that? To do that, first I have to write the name of the dictionary student. Then inside the square braces, I have to mention the name. So in array, in spite of this key, we use index, right? So similar to array, here for dictionary, we use this key. That is the change. Okay. So this is one method. Another method is called get method. So we have to just put dot get, then inside this get, we have to use the particular key. For those key I want to get the value. Okay. Now let's try to understand. Let's say I want to get the name of the student. Okay. So what do we do? we'll write student, then inside this we'll put name here. Okay, now if I try to run this, now you can see this is John, this is string. Now in spite of name, if I put hobbies and try to run this, now you can see this is returning this whole array, reading and swimming. Now there is another method called get method. Okay, now dot get, it will do the same thing. Let's say I want to get the age of the student. Now if I try to run this, it is giving me 21, right? So that's how we can access items in a dictionary. Now there is another thing, add items. How I we can add new items in a dictionary. Let's say currently there are three keys: name, age, and hobbies. Now if I want to add a new key, city, to it, how to do that? Just simple. We have to mention the dictionary name, then whatever key that we have to put inside this square braces, then we'll be add this item, add this value, right? This is simple. So now let's say I want to add student dot city, let's say, and let's say, and there's Delhi. Okay, now if I try to print the student, try to run this, now you can see city is added here. Okay, Delhi is added here. So that's how we can add a new item. Now let's say I want to update the item. Let's say I want to change the age. I don't want to add a new item. I want to change the age to, let's say, 35. Now if I run this, now you can see the age has changed. So in this way we can do two things. We can add items, add new items, or we can update the existing key, existing items. So that's how we can update this thing. Okay, the next thing is to check if a key exists in this dictionary or not. Let's say I want to check this age is present in the student or not. Now how to do that? To do that we have to use in keyword. So similar to set, here also we have to use in keyword. Okay, let's try to run this out. Let's say print, I want to check, let's say, name in student. Okay, now let's clear this out, and if I try to run this now, so name is present here, that's why it is giving me true, and this only compares the key. Now if I, let's say, put another name, let's say blah blah blah. Okay, that is not present here, right? Now if I try to run this, this is giving me false. Okay, now so similar to in, we can use not in. So it will basically check if it is not present in this dictionary or not. Now let's say, is name not in student? No, right? This is false because name is already present in the student, right? So that's why it will give you false. So this is basically opposite to in. Not in is opposite to in. So that's how we can check if a key exists in dictionary or not. Now the next thing, how we can loop through a dictionary. First, if we write like this for, let's say, something, some iterable, some key in student, this x is basically returns as key. So by default, when we loop through a dictionary, it will return us keys. Now let's see what I mean to say. Let's run a for loop for, let's say, okay, in students. Okay, student. Now print k. Okay, now if we try to run this, now you can see this is returning us name, age, hobbies. So this name, age, hobbies are basically keys. So by default, Python returns us the keys. Now if I want to get the values, if I want to get the values, now what I'll have to do? Now if I have the keys to get the value, what I have to do? I have to just write the name of the dictionary, then the key. So every time the value of key will be changed. First time it will be name, right? Then whatever value stored in this key, that will be printed. Then for the second time it will be age. Then whatever the value associated with this key, that will be printed. And similar to hobbies also. Now if we try to run this, now we can see we only get the values. First for name I am giving, we are getting this John. Then for age we are getting 21. Then for hobbies we are getting this array, reading and swimming, right? Now there is another way how we can get the keys. So there is a method, dictionary method called dot keys. When I try to use this dot key method, that will basically returns us a list. And list of keys means when we use this dot key, so it will only returns us this name, age and hobbies as an array inside an array. Then from that array we can iterate and we'll get only keys. Now let's try to understand what I meant to say. Now in spite of this, if I just run for, let's say, or x in student dot keys, okay, student dot keys, then try to print x, okay. Now if we, let's first clear this out. Now if I try to run this, you can see I only getting this name, age and hobbies, only keys. Now similarly for our values, we also have another method called values. And if we try to run this, it will give us the values of it. Now let's clear this out and try to run this. So these are basically inbuilt methods for dictionaries. Now you can see I'm getting only values. So there are two ways that how we can loop through an dictionaries. Okay. Now let's say I want to get key value both same time. Then what I have to use? I have to use this dot items. Then dot items basically returns us an list of tuples that will contain key value pairs. So this first, so you can see this initially it was only a single variable, right? X, X, X everywhere. Now here you can see there are two things, X and Y. So what is those two things? First, X is basically refers to key and Y is basically refers to values associated with it. Now let's say for first time the X will be name, then Y will be John. Then the for second time X will be age and Y will be 21. Similarly for third time X will be hobbies, then Y will be this value, this array. Now let's try to run this also. For X comma Y in student dot case, this is basically very useful, sorry, not case, items. Let's print x comma y. Okay, now let's try to run this. Now you can see, so first x is name and y is John. X is name, y is John. Now for second time x is age and 21 is the y. Then for third times it will be x is the hobbies and y is this values associated with it. So that's how we can loop through a dictionary, right? Now let's discuss about some dictionary methods. Some methods, okay. The first thing is length. So this is basically not a method. This is basically inbuilt function in Python. So what length does? Length basically calculates the number of items present in this dictionary. So here you can see there are three items, right? There are three items, three key value pairs. So that's why when we try to print the length of it, it will return us 3. Let's print length of student. And now if we try to run this, now you can see this is giving us 3 items, 3, right? So this is the first item. This is the second item. This is the third item. It will consider key values as a whole. Now, the second method we already have discussed, keys. Keys basically returns a list containing the dictionary keys, right? Now, if we try to print, well, let's remove this out. Now, right, print but student dot keys. Now let's try to print this. First clear this out, and now if we run this, now you can see this is returning us a array of keys. It will contain all the keys, right? So in loop we have seen that first we are getting this key, then we can loop through it, right? So for that we have this inbuilt key methods, right? Keys methods. Now the second thing is values. So values also do the same thing, but it will return values of this dictionaries, all the values. Now if we try to run this, previously we were getting all the keys, and but now we are getting all the values inside this array. Okay. Now the third thing is items. So item, what it returns? It returns a list that containing a tuple for each key value pairs. Means it basically returns a list of tuples, right? Now let's try to change this to items, and let's clear this out. Now if we run this, now we can see clearly, see this is an array, this is an array of tuples. So each item is basically converted into tuples, where the first element is key and the second element is value, right? For this also, this is key, this is value, this is key, this is value. Okay. Now what is our next method? Our next method is pop method. So what pop does? Pop removes an element at specific key. Let's say I want to, from this dictionary, I want to remove this age thing, this age. Then how I can do? Or let's say I want to remove name, this key. Then how I can do? To do that, we have this pop method. So pop basically removes a specific item. Let's say student dot pop. Let's say I want to remove age. Okay. Now after that, if I try to print this out, print student, and try to run this, now you can see there is name and hobbies. Age basically popped out. Okay, that's how we can use pop to remove a specific key. Now there is another thing, del. Delete also basically used to remove item, and it also used to delete the whole dictionary itself. Let's see how we can use this. So to delete a specific item using this del keyword, we have to first use del, then space, then name of the dictionary, and then square braces, then whichever key I want to remove. Let's say I want to remove name. Okay. Now after deleting this, if I try to print this out, print student, and now let's clear this out. And if I try to run this now you can see there is no name. Name keyword is removed from this dictionary. The name keyword, the name key, and the values also removed. So this whole item is removed. So these are some basic dictionary methods that will be useful to solve TSA problems for dictionary. So I hope now you have understood what is dictionary and how to access item, how to add item, how to loop through a dictionary, and some methods. Okay. So in the later video we'll be solving some problems on dictionary. So that's it for today. Okay, thank you.